around for the hard-fought checkered flag. The first qualifying event. Let's hear it for Lee Hutchins in car number 29. In second was Ray Moses in the 37 of the R&W Racing Team. Third was Scott Goodwin in the 28. And now bringing back the checkered flag. Let's hear it once again for Lee Hutchins in car number 29. This is your second qualifying event. Don't forget these 50-50 tickets, ladies and gentlemen. They will be drawn just before the feature event, and half of this money goes home with some lucky patron in cash. This is your second qualifying. Now watch Wade for that green flag. The boys get the green coming into that fourth turn. O'Hare in the number 91, Mark Wiggins in the number 7. And taking over third now is Jimmy Churchill in the 66. Brent Noseworthy in the... And now Jimmy up to the outside groove in that 66, and Jimmy takes over second. And it's Stevie O'Hare in the 91, Jimmy Churchill in the 66, Mark Wiggins in the 27, but Mark shuts the door with that number 7. And now Petey goes into the infield and taking over your lead is Jimmy Churchill in the 66. Number 7. Taking over third is Brent Noseworthy in the 27. Art Kendall in the 57. Into the back stretch with a nice clean car is Jimmy Churchill, number 66. Mark Wiggins in the 77. Brent Noseworthy was going out outside third. I'm still working that outside groove going into that second turn, but Brent shuts the door. Jimmy Churchill, number 66, still holding on a second. He's not Brent Noseworthy in the 27, Art Kendall in the 53. Of Jimmy Churchill, and then the field bunches up with Mark Wiggins on the inside. And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming around to the in the 66. We still really got a race going for second here. And in second is Mark Wiggins in the 27 of Brent Noseworthy, Petey O'Hare in the... Let's hear it from Jimmy Churchill in car number 66. In second place was Mark Wiggins in the number 7. And third, the beautiful number 27 of Brent Noseworthy, Petey O'Hare, who spun out, got back up into the 4th position in the 91. And now bringing back the checkered flag from Woodstock to Finwilby. Jordan Sharp in the 25. Outside pole will be Bill Moses in the 13. In third place will be Larry Welch's Brandon, number 33 automobile. And in fourth place, and Johnson from up in Campton, New Hampshire. And the points leader riding shotgun, Franny Como in the number 89. I was waiting for that green. Here's the joint coming into the fourth row. And here comes Larry Welch on the inside in the 33. Will Johnson working the outside groove in that number 13. Here comes Franny Como on the inside. Larry Welch and Franny Como takes over third. And here's Ray Johnson in fourth with the caution flag is down. You're going into the third turn, and then here's the R&W towing service right to the rescue. Believe me, the motor didn't stop before the R&W team right onto the track. And that is Bill Moses from right here in the number 19 automobile. One lap completed now. Watch your flag, man. Wayne drops the green. We're into that fourth turn. 25. Larry Welch is in third, and it's Jordan Sharp working the outside now. It's Franny Como. Gets over second in the 89. Larry Welch in the 33. Ray Johnson in the number 19 automobile. In the last fourth turn. Moving up now on the inside is Franny Como in the 89. And it's Franny Como, Jordan Sharp, Larry Welch, and Ray Johnson. Larry Welch into your third turn. And it's still Franny Como in the Mustang. Larry Welch, Ray Johnson. And now Ray goes to the inside of Larry Welch with the 19 automobile. And now Ray takes over third in the 19. Larry had a problem with the down and caution flag is down. Larry Welch is in the 33 and died right on the first step. And here comes the R&W towing service right to the rescue. Franny Como 89, Dalton Sharp in the 25, Ray Johnson in the 19 automobile. That's to the white flag. Dalton Sharp in the 25, and Ray Johnson in the number 19. And now, here comes Ray trying that inside through to come into the second flag. Sharp in the 25, and Ray Johnson in the number 19. And now coming around for another checkered flag The high flyer from Alexandria, New Hampshire. Let's hear it for Freddie Como in car number 89. Taking second was Larry Sharp in the 25 machine. Ray Johnson in the number 19. Bringing back the second one. Let's hear it for Freddie Como once again in car number 89. This is your first consolation event in the Modified Sportsman Book Division. And there's a lot of fine automobiles to be going into a consolation race. Now, ladies and gentlemen, watch your flag man for that green flag. They can get it at any time. And they get it coming out of the third turn. Moving the first turn. We'll get Lord in the 44 machine. Raymond Heath in the 58. Al Sutko in the 31. Bob Garrett in the number 10. Into that second turn, and it's still Ed Lloyd in the 44. Raymond Heath in the 58. Al Sutko in the number 21 machine. Bob Garrett, number 10. Ed Lloyd in the 44. Raymond Heath still holding on a second in that number 58. Here comes Al Sutko in the 31 machine in the halfway line. And it's still Ed Lloyd going away in that number 44. Al goes to the outside of the 31, but he loses ground on Raymond Heath. Lord. And still holding on to that second place in the 58 car is Raymond Heath. Al Sutko in the number 31, and Al looking for a way to get around that number 58. Bob Garrett in the number 10. There's your white flag for Ed Lloyd in the 44. Raymond Heath in the 58. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am coming around to the second flag. And 44 of Ed Lloyd, 58 of Raymond Heath, Al Sutko in the 31, and Bob Garrett in the number 10. And now, picking up the checkered flag, let's go to Ed Lloyd in car number 44. Well, here comes the gentleman on the first and second turn. That is Bob Packett. And Bob was a fine modified driver here at the Norway Pines Speedway. And Bob at the Lemon and Crush Stone for many years has did the mid-season track championship. And once again we have word that Bob and London Presto will be doing the mid-season track championship. And now the consolation race in the late model sportsman division. And it's Phil McEwen in the 35, Pat Kendall in the 53, Chris Goodboo in the number 90. This is your consolation hit. The late model sportsman division. And now the R&W towing service is back on the infield. Now once these cars pass that American flag, Wayne can drop that green at any time, and once in a while he catches the boys. So watch Wayne for that green flag. Wayne drops the green coming out of that third turn. Bill McEwen in the 35, Chris Goodboo in the number 90. Widening the lead now, coming into your fourth third. Pat Kendall in the 35. And now Chris would like to try that now. Chris got him on the inside move, I think, on Phil McEwen, but he'll shut the door. And he's still out Kendall going the way in that number 53. And Chris Goodboo is down to the line. Phil McEwen in the 35, and it's Phil McEwen. And Chris Goodboo throwing a raw bumper going out of that second turn. And taking over a narrow lead now is Chris Goodboo in number 90. On Kendall with a nice lead now, and now driving that outside through is Phil McEwen in the 35. And still taking the outside through and passing Chris Goodboo in the number 90. About Kendall. Second is Phil McEwen, number 35. Chris Goodboo in the number 90. And here's the winner, Kendall in the 53. In the number 90. And now taking the checkered flag, let's hear it for Kendall in car number 53. Checkered flag on Kendall from Captain New Hampshire in car number 53. This is your semi-feature event of the evening. And to get a triple crown, you must win your qualifying, the semi-feature, and the feature. So there is the number 92, 22, and 76. If any one of those three automobiles win this semi-feature event, they will be eligible for a Triple Crown in the feature event. Your big 17, and they get that through. And here's that time. Takes over the lead on the 14. There's Bennett in the 76. Bill Moses in the 15. And here comes the 4. We have 2 hours and 7 minutes. Another non-stop semi-feature event, and believe me, this is certainly a fine race. Taking the semi-feature event, ladies and gentlemen, from Warren, New Hampshire, Raymond Reed Jr. Moving up into second place was Dan Dubell in the 7X. Third was Dave Dennis in the 76. Fourth was Bill Moses in the 15. Fifth was Jack Cook. And now bringing back the checkered flag to Mr. Wayne Weeks. Let's hear it for the winner of the non-stop 76 event, Raymond Reed.
Number 27, driven by Nate Haynes. Time number 8, Armin Bunker of the Duker of and once they get past that American flag, it's all up to Wayne. And we ask him to tighten up one more time. Looks like he's going to send him around once more. But it does, think he'll let him go. And there they go. Number 27 and number 8 fighting in second place. Whoa! And number 14 does a 180. Trying to slow things up going into the fourth turn. Now number 8 in the lead. And it's out in there. And the yellow goes out. The caution flag is down on the track. And without having a full lap completed, we'll be going back to the original lineup except for car number 14. We'll be starting in the rear. This is the second full season of the dirt stock division, third season in all, and this has turned into some real racing here. We'll be starting off with Nate Haynes in car number 27 on the pole. Arlen Zucker Sr. in car number 8 in the second position. Glenn Smith in the number 19 taking third place. Number 21 Scott Davidson in fourth. Corey Avery in the 01 out of Tampa, New Hampshire. Andy Lincoln around the track. Mike Gordon in sixth position. Number 44. Car number 16 is Jim Boyle. Car number 30 is Keith Bijou. And Tom Eaton in the number 14. R&W Record Service giving a hand there. And it looks like they'll be helping him off the track. Around the fourth turn, and there they go. Right behind him, the number 27. Across the back stretch they go. Alan Zucker stretching out his lead. Mike Gordon on the outside. We've got a real battle for third going here. Corey Avery coming out of the second turn. A little bit shaky there. Whoa! The third Corey Avery in fourth place. Mike Gordon 44 going to the inside. Fourth place. You're the lead now. It's the lead. 2 laps to go. Haynes following in number 27. Keeping his distance is out of number 21 is third. Mike Gordon working on third place, going to the outside. Corey Avery up the long run. 1 lap to go. Haynes following right behind, looking for an opening. Scott Davidson is third, trying to hold Mike Gordon off. There he is, he's got the fifth. There it is, number 6. This is the second flag on this dirt stock qualifying race. Nate Haynes is second. Scott Davidson is third. Mike Gordon takes the fourth. Corey Avery in the 01 in the fifth. Coming around to accept the checkered flag for this dirt stock qualifying event. Car number 8, Arlen Zucker. Qualifying event in the dirt stock division.
Bringing up the rear.
Getting all ready for this second qualifying event in the dirt stock division. Can you hear me all right now? And here they come around the fourth turn. Wayne sending them around one more time. Gary Goodwin leading things off in the car number 53. In the number 77 is Mo Havelock in second place. Third is 91, Armand Bucher Jr. And once they get past that flagpole, it's all up to Wayne. Getting ready for this second 6-lap dirt stop qualifying event, and there they go. Coming out of the fourth turn. Right up the 57 is pole position. Out of the 77 looking for the inside. Oh, and into the infield he goes. It's 53. Run by Gary Goodwin. Takes Sean away. And around they go. Mike Seager looking for the outside. Down number 19 in second place. Out of the junior leading. Car number 04. And it is still Gary Goodwin in the 52. Goodwin still in the way. 91, Armand Bucher in second place. Car number 18, Gene Smith works his way up in the third. Tim Hines in the 04 and fourth. Pretty good battle going for first. Mike Bucher looking to the outside move. And it is still Gary Goodwin. Oh, and Gene Smith does a round around. On the second turn. Still leading as we come out of the fourth turn, and the yellow flag is out, the caution flag is down. And we'll be slowing this one down. And the R&W Wrecking Service giving Gene Smith a hand getting going once again. Whether he'll be getting going or... And there he is, getting back into the competition. Three laps have been completed in the second qualifying event of the dirt stock division. We'd also like to take a second and welcome Hot Rod Janot to racing here at Norway Pines. Car number 2, the orange Plymouth, currently bringing up the rear. Mo Havelock in the 77 getting a hand from the fast and efficient R&W Wrecking Service. And after 3 laps as we get underway, it's Armand Bucher Jr. in the 91 showing away. Car number 04, Tim Hines in second place. The number 63 of Ed Hoyt in third. Number 36, Mike Souza in fourth. leading the way. Tim Hines works his way up into a fast second place. Ed Hoyt in third. Mike Souza in fourth place. And the white flag, 1 lap to go. Under Souza in first place. Going into the second turn, he holds his lead. Tim Hines looking for a way through. But Army not giving him an inch. As we come around, Wayne gets that checkered flag ready. And here we come again. Second qualifying winner is Alma. He's junior. Tim Hines in second. Winner. Getting ready for the first qualifying event in the newest thing in racing at the Norway Pines Speedway, the pickup division. Wayne getting a checkered flag back from Ami Boucher. Winner of the second qualifying event in the dirt stock division. And here go the 4 trucks in the first qualifying event in the pickup division. A little bit of everything out here tonight. Leading off with car number 10. No, I suppose it would be truck number 10. Toyota pickup of John Davidson. Number 17, a half-ton Ford pickup driven by Steve Stroke. Number 15, another Ford pickup driven by David Heath, and bringing up the rear is Larry Vance in the 44 Ford Ranchero. Wayne tightening them up. A little last-minute instruction, and there they go. Coming out of the 4th turn, the first qualifying race of the pickup division. And Steve Stroke, the 17, taking the lead. Number 15 working on the outside, David Heath trying to get around John Davidson. He's taking the high line. Davidson holding him off coming out of the 4th turn. 44, Larry Vance looking for an opening, with 17, Steve Stroke leading the way. Coming out of the 4th turn is Steve Stroke in the number 17. La Familia Restaurant Special. Number 15 opening up second place. David Heath looking for an opening. Inch by inch he's gaining on the backstretch coming into the 3rd turn. It's Steve Stroke. David Heath in the 15. John Davidson in the 10, and the 44 Larry Vance going high to the outside, and looks like he might have him. They're going to the 1st turn. Vance with a slight edge. Oh, and Davidson goes wide. Steve Stroke still leading the way. 1 lap to go. The white flag goes down. Steve Stroke is right on his tailgate. The number 44 is 3rd. Coming into the 3rd turn, Steve Stroke. He's looking for the inside move, but Stroke holds him off. It's the number 17 of Steve Stroke taking tonight's first qualifying event in the pickup division. David Heath in 15 came second. Number 44 of Larry Vance was 3rd. And John Davidson in the number 10. Bringing up the 4th position. Let's hear it for Steve Stroke, the number 17. In it, outside pole, driving car number 47, Eddie Poffenberger. And now in 3rd place, from Warren, New Hampshire, the younger part of the family, driving car number 14. Let's hear it for Raymond Heath Jr. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 3 years ago, taking the track championship from Northfield, New Hampshire, driving car number 15, Bill Moses.
position from right here in Plymouth, New Hampshire, with a Troyer automobile, and he certainly gets the feeling of that automobile. Let's hear it for the driver of car number 99, Rick Stewart. Next, ladies and gentlemen, from Hebron, New Hampshire, driving the beautiful number 22, let's hear it for Andy Carlson. Next, ladies and gentlemen, and this driver comes to us from New Hampton, New Hampshire, a beautiful automobile, and a fine driver driving car number 25, Doug Murphy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, in this driver, it seems like every week he comes up in points, from Canaan, New Hampshire, driving the number 21 machine, Bob Richardson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, driving a borrowed car tonight from Warren, New Hampshire, driving the number 58 automobile, let's hear it for Raymond Heath Sr. And now, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most beautiful automobiles in any racing circuit, from Canaan, New Hampshire, driving the car number 92, Dave Sandville. And now, ladies and gentlemen, last year's track champion right here at the Norway Pines Speedway, driving the 7X, Dan Duval. Next, ladies and gentlemen, and there could be a change tonight, but at the present time, the points leader here at the Norway Pines Speedway, driving car number 75 from Franklin, John Moses. And next, ladies and gentlemen, 2 years ago, the track championship, just missing last year, from Moultonborough, New Hampshire, driving car number 1, Jack Cook. And now, ladies and gentlemen, a new driver, a fine automobile, and really getting the feel of things, driving the number 31 automobile, Alfred Bechtel. And in shotgun position, driving the beautiful number 10 machine, ladies and gentlemen, Bob Yerrick. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would please rise, and if you gentlemen would please remove your hats, we would like to play the national anthem. Gentlemen, start your engine. And now Roger Bedard will push the boys around on their A-flat. That is Roger Bedard and Son from Bristol, New Hampshire. And if you have any construction work, before you go anywhere, demand as me as Roger Bedard and Son, right in Bristol. Leaving the track, and once they pass that American flag, Wayne can drop that green at any time, and we'll be underway with our first big pitch event, modified Horseman Foot Division. a long time coming here, but a fine driver and a fine automobile from Northfield, New Hampshire. Winning the feature event, Bill Moses in There goes the first six beautiful trophies of the Ricky Goodrue.
Smile, Bill.
No smile.
Outside pole with a brand new paint job. Driving the number 28 car is Scott Goodwin. In third place, driving the 37 of the R&W Racing Team, Ray Moses. In fourth position, and the 6-year-old car that's a beautiful car. Let's hear it for Lee Huckins in car number 29. And a gentleman going into the late model division and certainly doing a fair enough job is Bob Higgins in car number 7. And outside doors from Alexandria, New Hampshire. And he is followed by the 06 of Dick Gilpatrick, and Dick comes from Taunton, New Hampshire. And the number 90 of Chris Goodbull. And in shotgun position, wait, Rob Hudson, there's a flying on it. Is the number 28 of Scott Goodwin. In the fourth third of Scott Goodwin. Coming up on the inside of me is Ray Moses in the 37. Bill McEwen in the 39. position, followed by Ray Moses in the 37, Lee Huckins in the 29, Jimmy Churchill in the 66, Ray Johnson in the number 19, and at the present time, Ray is second in point. Bill McEwen in the 35, Art Kendall in the 53, Dick Kilpatrick in the 06, Larry Sharp in the 25, Larry Welch in the 33, Chris Goodall in the number 90, Brent Noseworthy in the 27, and the race will start to Mark Wiggins, and he was shotgun position. Coming back onto the track is Todd Goodwin, number 28. For the driver can hit and come back onto the track as the leader event. 6 laps completed, ladies and gentlemen. You can see it's awful hard to pull a squeaky on a flagman like Wayne Weeks. Watch way, they get that green flag coming out of the third turn. Also coming up is
Can I kick it?
Winning a checkered flag has nothing to do with this gentleman, but he said everyone is new. From Alexandria, New Hampshire, driving car number 89,
Yeah, let's go.
And now the first they go. Here's the first and second turn. And Armand Boucher, senior engineer, leading the way. Armand Boucher, time number 8 with the best deal. Open track ahead. Out of the
fourth turn in the first half. Unfortunately, going to run on first, one pass, 6-5. Then Haynes bringing up fifth. Way outside, it's Mike Burton, taking on Armand Boucher Jr. Ali Sr. holding the lead as they come into the front stretch. Mike Burton taking the outside in, he takes the lead. Holding the outside lead. Coming out of the second turn into the back stretch, it's Mike Burton showing the way. Armand Boucher Sr. in second. Ali Jr. in third. Jim Hines in fourth. Oh, and it's up the third to the right one. Getting it turned around. I'm going to quicken out his lead. The car number 8 holding second. That's about the one on Indiana. In third place as they go into the second turn. Jim Hines hangs on to fourth place. Dean Smith and Scott Davidson in the race for fifth place. That's a halfway point. How about the in second, Junior in third. Smith trying to make a play for fourth place around Tim Hines and the old telemetry. Going wide, oh, number 91, Armand Boucher Jr. Crossways to third, fourth turn. Stevenson turns around. Mike Burton coming into the fourth turn in the lead. The rest of the second place now is Stevenson goes wide in turn number 4 around Armand Boucher Jr. That's going to take the fourth turn. James Smith rolls in second place. To go. Mike Burton turns away in the number 34 machine. Looking at the last second. Second, Armand Boucher Jr. in third. Jim Hines in the fourth place. Jim Hines in fifth. Look up to go. The white flag comes down for Mike Burton. James Smith. Armand Boucher Jr. Jim Hines. And coming out of the clubhouse turn. Defend the flag. From Mike Burton. In the red stop division. James Smith, second place. Coming around the battle for third. And this. Number 8. Armand Boucher Jr. Car number 04. Jim Hines in fourth. Jim Hines in fifth.
I'll just clear out the tower so I can get out.
The third place driver in the dirt stock division. Car number 8, Armand Boucher Jr. Hampshire in car number 18, Gene Smith. And the winner of tonight's Richie Goodrow Memorial Trophy Dash in the dirt stock division from Woodstock, New Hampshire, car number 44, Mike Burton.
One right up there, is it?
Hey, all three of you. Up here.
Mike, don't look so thrilled.
All three of you in there. Hold up, little. Get his number. Married, but that's all. Oh, you don't get Mike's number. Okay.
Norway Pines Freeway pace car. Leading around on the terrain map. We just want you to know that the pickups will be receiving their trophies next week. There's going to be an absence of more trophies on the trophy stand down there. They are ordered and they will be given out next week. Alfred Petco in the number 31 automobile. Coming up on that outside is Dave Bennett will be in second with a 76. Bill Morgan is 47. And here's Freeman Heath still working on outside. Number 14. Jack Preston in 25. Bob Stewart in the 10 automobile. Just the door, and that's number 76. Will Moses in the 47. Raymond Heath in the 14. Bob Jarrett in the number 10. And around the first third, and still holding the lead in the 31 automobile. Will Moses in the 47. There's your one flag, but he's getting good. Now Petco in the 41, Will Moses. Coming out of that fourth turn, and here's the winner. Will Bennett, 76. Ladies and gentlemen, coming around to the first feature event in the mid-season track championship.
So I don't make a mistake.
Let's hear it from Mr. Dave Bennett from Meredith, New Hampshire. In second place, Alfred Petco in the 31. And in third place, Bill Moses in the number 47 automobile. So tonight, Bill will be driving the Eddie Puffenberger, number 47. And Jack Cook will be driving the number 15 of Bill Moses. And Raymond Heath Sr. will be driving the 58 machine. And we are going to bring all of the cars and drivers onto the infield and give you a chance to get autographs, meet these drivers personally and look at these beautiful automobiles. And anyone who has a battle flag, if you would please bring it, we will string them from the infield. Now watch wait for that green. This is the second qualifying event in the modified division, and they'll get that green out of that fourth turn. And 21 machine. Samuel in the 92, Dave Grayson the second, John Moses from the 75, Dan Duval in the 7th, John Cook in the 16, and that's number 15, Bobby Weber in the 23. We're going into the fourth third and almost looking at outside move in the 75 and takes over second. Dave Granville still in third with a 92. now Dan takes over third in 7-8. There's Campbell in the 92. Brett Cook in the number 15. Out of that second third, and then Bill Bob Richardson in the 21. In second is Ron Moses in the 73rd. And Bill at the half. Bob Richardson now taking over the lead with the 75 now of Ron Moses. Bob Richardson in the 21. And Bill working outside. The second in the 7-8. And Raymond Hayes is leading the track with the 68. Out of that fourth third, in the 7-8. And in third place now is Bob Richardson, Dave Campbell in the 92. Bobby Weber at 23. Into that third turn, and it's still John Moses going away in that 75. In the 7-8. And with a 7-8. And it's John Moses here comes the winner. Moses, there at Newell. And here's your winner of the second qualifying event, John Moses in car number 75.
Hey, what do you add?
And now bringing back the checkered flag, winning the feature, and now the second qualifying event, John Moses in car number 75. With 7 back on the track and an outside pole, Bill Moses in the number 13. In 66, Henry Churchill is back with the 66. And the 67, that is Dick Havel from Meredith, New Hampshire in the 67. That's Martell. That is Dick Martell from Meredith, New Hampshire in the brand new 67. Chris Goodwin in the number 90. Here is Phil McEwen in the number 35 machine. And in shotgun position, the Rebel from Camden, Art Kendall in the 53. What's waiting for that green? He brought that green coming out of the fourth quarter. Number 7. Into that third turn. Coming up on the inside now is Bill Moses in the 50. Bill takes over the lead in the 67. There's Dick Martell with And your winner is John Moses in the
smoke out of that
7, Kendall in the 53. And now coming around, ladies and gentlemen, for the second flag from right here in West Rumney, New Hampshire. So let's hear it for Bill Moses in car number 13. In second place, Jimmy Churchill in the 56. Dick Kilpatrick in the 06. Mark Wiggett in the number 7. Art Kendall in the 53. And now bringing back the checkered flag, let's hear it for Bill Moses in car number 13. Ladies and gentlemen, half of this money is going home with some lucky patrons tonight. The other half goes to the Drivers Point Fund. And these ticket sellers and everyone is a volunteer. So any amount that is taken in tonight, ladies and gentlemen, half of that amount goes home with some lucky patron and the other half goes to the Drivers Point Fund. And we would like to thank Irma and Donna and the whole crew for all the hard work all year that goes into this 50-50 club. Now watch, wait for that green. This is your second qualifying event. Waiting up the green, coming into the fourth. And bumper to bumper, door to door. And it's not good now coming up on the inside. And taking your lead is Larry Welch in the 33, working that outside. And the 28 machine, and it's Larry Welch, Tom Goodwin, and in third place is Brent Noseworthy, and Brent. Over that fourth third, and it's Larry Welch. Moving up as the number 19. Johnson and the 19. Scott Goodwin getting a lot of smoke out of that number 28 automobile. Bernie now takes over third in the 89. Steve Cornell in the 57. Bernie Como, Steve Corbell in the 57, in the 25, here's Barney Johnson, Bernie Como, Como in the 89. And now here goes Freddie trying the inside. Working to Carmel in the 50. Brandon Sharp in the number 25. And now Brandon tries the outside and moving home. The caution flag is down. The caution flag is down. In the 56. And Donnie Sharp in the number 25. There is the green flag coming out of that third turn. Coming out of that second turn, your leader, Brady Como, looking for a way around in that 89. Steve Cornell in the 57. And it's Larry Welch, Brady Como, Steve Cornell, and Donnie Sharp. And coming out of that Larry Como, look there for Larry Welch in car number 33. Bobby Weber in the number 23.
Yeah, I got up at 4 o'clock Saturday morning, right work 6.5 hours.
Waiting for that green. This is your consolation event. There it gets the green. And taking a quick lead is Doug Murphy in the 25, Bob Garrett in the number 10, Jack Cook in the number 15, Raymond Heath in the 58, Bobby Weber in the that third turn, and it's still Doug Murphy in the 25. Bob Garrett in the number 10. Here comes Jack Cook in the outside. And it's still Doug Murphy in that number 25. Bob Garrett holding on to second in the number 10. Number 15. In fourth place, Bobby Weber in the 23, and Bob Garrett goes to the midfield. And Jack Cook takes over second in the number 6. Coming into that fourth turn at the halfway mark. And it's Doug Murphy in the number 25. Bob Garrett. Raymond Heath in the number 58, Bobby Weber in the 23, in the top 6, and in the ninth place now is Jack Murphy in the number 25, Jack Cook second, number 15 automobile, still holding on to third is Bob Garrett, again, Raymond Heath in the 58, Doug Murphy in the 25. Jack Cook in the 15. Bob Garrett in the number 10. There's your white flag. One lap to go for Doug Murphy, number 25. And the caution is down. Raymond Heath and I believe that Bobby Weber gets together between the first and second turn. Doug Murphy showing the way in the 25, Jack Cook in the 15, Bob Garrett in the number 10, Raymond Heath in the 58, and Bobby Weber in the 23. Now watch wait for that green. Wayne drops the green, going out of the third turn. Number 25, Dan Cook in the number 15, Bob Garrett is the number 10, here comes the second flag. They're now coming around for his second flag. Ladies and gentlemen, Doug Murphy in car number 25. Finishing second in car number 15 is Jack Cook. Third is Bob Garrett in the number 10. Bobby Weber in the 23. And Raymond Heath in the 58. Now bringing back the second flag, Mr. Doug Murphy from New Hampton, New Hampshire, joining car number 25. Chris Goodman in the number 90. Out of that fourth turn. And now it's Ray Johnson. Scott Goodwin in the number 28. Todd Kendall in the 53. Wayne Mosley in the 27. Sergeant Scott is now going out of that second turn. And the caution is down. Scott is able to get the 28 underway. You can see the quick work of the R&W towing service. In pole position is Ray Johnson in the number 19 automobile. They get the green going out of that turn. And it's Ray Johnson. Brent Noseworthy in the 27. This is Goodwill in the number 90. Bill McEwen in the 35. Number 90. Who lost the goal for Ray Johnson in the 19. On the middle in the 53. Brent Noseworthy in the 27. There's their white flag for Ray Johnson in the number 19. On the middle in the 53. The winner, Ray Johnson, in the number 19. Kendall in the 53. Brent Noseworthy in the 27. Chris Goodbow in the 90. And Bill McEwen in the 35. And now taking the second flag, let's hear it from Ray Johnson in car number 19.
You stole the other one, Arthur!
second in car number 19. Ladies and gentlemen, there is 206 feature event of the evening. One, Dave Bennett in the 76. Eddie Huff. Bob Richardson in the number 21 machine. John Moses in the number 75. James Sandville in the 92. Watch Wayne. He drops that screen as they come in. And it's Alfred Petro in the 31. John Moses. Now John tries the outside too. To the inside. John Moses. In the 21 machine. And it's now Dick Bird. Okay, they say both drivers are all right. That's Dave Bennett in the 76 and Alfred Sexto in the 31. Came right out of that fourth third and both took a header right into that 6x6 retaining wall. And you can see just how fast the R&W towing service is right out there. This is the semi-feature of the mid-season track championship, sponsored by Bob Packard of Enfield and the Lebanon Crestone. And we believe that Bob and his lovely wife and Alfred Sexto is the 31 back under his own steam. We certainly hope that Bob and Marilyn Packard will be presenting the beautiful mid-season track trophies as usual.
So do I go back to the fourth and circle 76 and make it out? If he's out, do I go back to number one, circle and stays out? Bye-bye. Oh, I want to do that. 76? Holy crap. Holy crap. We'll be doing this week. Jesus Christ, I'm right under it.
And now we have the 76 of Dave's away from the wall. You can see the job those boys did on that 6x6 retaining wall coming out of that fourth turn, and that we certainly hope there's nothing drastically wrong with the number 76 of Dave Bennett.
Too, right?
And now as Dave is back to fifth, one right there for Dave Bennett. Now watch Wayne for that green. 2 laps completed. He'll get the green coming into the fourth turn. Paul Christmas in the 21, John Moses in the 75. John hangs on to that lead in the 75 automobile. Paul Christmas second. 92 is up to number 47. David Jones at the 14. Dan Dubell in the 7th. In the last flat tire on the 92 and it almost went to work on our retaining wall again right out of that fourth turn. And now Dave is looking into the pit with the number 92 automobile followed by the R&W towing. That's certainly bad news for a fine driver from Canaan. The 7X. Watch that green. Don't get the green. And the 75, Bob Richardson with the 21. Eddie Puffenberger in the 27. Alfred Petco with the number 31. And still showing the way in that red hot number 75 is John Mosley. Second is Bob Richardson in the 21. Fourth is Raymond Lee. And Tito in the 7X. There's your white flag. John Mosley in the 75. Your fourth turn. And it's John Moses in the 75. Bob Richardson and Puffenberger. And now it's coming around for another checkered flag. This is for John Moses in car number 75. John won the first feature event in the modified division. In second, Bob Richardson in 21. Eddie Puffenberger in the 47. Raymond Heath in the 14. Once again, let's hear it for John Moses in car number 75. 56. Armand Boucher Jr. in the 91. In the number 19, that is Brent Smith from up in Warren. Corey Avery in the 01. In the 36 is Mike Sousa. In the 04 is Tim Hines from up in Camden, New Hampshire. They get the green. We're into the first turn. Quickly, Larry Howell in the number 56 machine. In the number 19, that is Glenn Smith, taking over second. Armand Boucher Jr. in the number 19. And here comes Gene Smith, working the outside in that number 18. Mike Sousa in the 36. Corey Avery in the 01. Tim Hines in the 04. And it's Bill Mo Havelock in the 77, Larry Hamill in the 56, and now moving up on the inside and taking over third is Gene Smith in the 18. In the 36 is Mike Sousa. In the 19, that is Glenn Smith. And here comes Corey Avery up in the 01. There's your white flag from the lap to go. And here comes the winner, Larry Hamill in the 56, Gene Smith in the 18. Lincoln, New Hampshire. Let's